Hi there. I'll start this forum post with a series of quotes from a podcast I listened to called Future Fossils. It was clear that nothing less than a discrete, nonlinear phase shift was adequate. So, what are the necessary and sufficient criteria of the post-transition world? And how do we support that emergence? And the 40 weeks of a baby in utero, if it continued, would kill itself and the mom. And the phase shift of leaving the birth canal and the umbilical cord cut is not predicted by the 40 weeks before, if you didn't know that was going to happen. By Daniel Schmachtenberger. I've been most affected by the human issues that humanity faces through the next century. That's what I was exposed to through this course. Struck me is that these are current problems. People are suffering. It's going to get worse. And we're not taking very much action on them or broadcasting it in the same light that we're exposed to in this course. In Plan B, Lester Brown presents the challenges of population pressures and climate change on the land and water, and how this will affect people around the world. He presented that we are depleting cropland and draining aquifers, which causes us to continue expansion into undeveloped areas. Now, though, the loss of arable land actually outnumbers the gains of new land being farmed. This is terrifying because it means we are running out of farmable habitat globally. The land that used to be forests has been cut down and plowed for grain crops, and now in our wake is turning to wasteland. It's clear there are huge ecological damages to this trend. What I did not realize was that the damages of this were whole countries of people. For example, Haiti needs to import over half its grain because its forests are gone, its topsoil is depleted. People just could not survive here in their current populations without external assistance. Some countries in Africa are on track to becoming soilless. For them, it's potentially irreversible because the landscape is changing with momentum. What will the people do? How will they be fed, given water? It's clear that they will need to relocate. Meanwhile, wealthier countries are purchasing the remaining fertile land in these countries. What makes everything seem worse is that it seems like unless the world can reach a consensus, all countries, all businesses, all people in agreement, then these unsustainable practices will continue. Habitats are being destroyed globally, and there's a true disconnection and lack of empathy that allows humans to continue to act as such. A different shade of the disconnection and lack of empathy carries over to the way that industrialized countries view the challenges that the developed world is facing. Multinational corporations are polluting and depleting these countries, and it's nothing new. But most of us grocery shopping, air-conditioned supermarket, have no idea of the implications of the products we choose to purchase. To me, everyone in the picture needs to be informed and active. The shoppers, the stores themselves, and the governments whose jurisdictions the stores fall into. I see that this is the big change that needs to happen. Without global consensus and awareness of the issues and restorative action that needs to take place, the biosphere itself is going to be extremely damaged. It's not just a big change, it's a total leap in collective consciousness that we need. Meanwhile, I feel, maybe incorrectly, that the world is on track to reducing greenhouse gases, at least from energy sectors. There's definitely a question of whether the world is acting quickly enough, and there are certainly entities who are contributing emissions and not stepping into the responsibility to reduce those emissions that they need to. And while some developing countries still install new coal-fired power plants, there is massive mobilization to reduce global emissions. And because renewable energy systems are actually able to outcompete fossil fuels in non-subsidized market conditions, I can see the possibility of the energy sector transforming within this century. Overall, I came away feeling hopeful. The global issues of the century all have possible solutions. And together we all need to work. We all need to work together to do the work.